This year, over 8,000 babies will be born at Birmingham Women's Hospital.
The birth rate's actually doubled, or even more than doubled since I started. The turnover is faster, much faster.
How was that one?
It's one of the busiest delivery units in the country and deals with an increasing number of high-risk women.
Keep going, keep going.
Over the years, got used to this very fast pace that I don't know how to go slower anymore. It's top gear all the time.
With only 21 beds, planning for 600 births a month is one of the toughest parts of the job for the senior midwives.
So the 6, they're all waiting ARM.
For ARMs, yeah, and then we've got 3. So
Right.
4, no 3. So there's 9 women waiting for ARM.
Okay, let me just write these notes.
We've got quite a lot of ladies who've been booked for induction this week, but we've got more than we would normally expect to see. So we're just going to prioritise now on a basis of clinical risk and start to look at moving some of these ladies through the system, hopefully later on today.
This lady's due tomorrow, and she's a GDM on diet and wanting to go at 40 weeks. So she could be pushed to Saturday.
Although we've got a number of women who are booked with us for this month, you don't know then how many of them are going to have their babies within the month, earlier in that month, or actually become overdue and sort of move across into another month. So the whole thing is very unpredictable.
And then on top of that, we don't know who's going to walk through the door in labour with problems, who obviously get a priority because they're in labour.
Oh, hi, honey, it's Antoinette down on Delivery Suite here. Have you got a lady ready for theatre this morning for us? Mrs. Green.
Antoinette Connolly is starting her 13-hour shift. She's been a midwife for over 20 years and specialises in looking after women with multiple pregnancies.
All right then, thanks a lot, love, bye. This morning is a little bit special and particularly busy because we've got one of our ladies who's having triplets. They're just over 34 weeks. And we just need to make sure that neonatal unit can have cot spaces for all 3 in the event that they may need to go there. Probably most important at the moment will be the beds, the cot space for the babies. And obviously having 3 of everything, paediatricians have to be on board. And the rest of the workload carries on delivery suite regardless anyway. So obviously emergencies take precedence. So we're busy generally and probably a little bit short-staffed this morning.
Ammon and husband Pete are having triplets. They've booked in to have them delivered by C-section.
They've just said that there's no beds in this section of the hotel. Hotel feels like an hotel. There's no beds around here at the minute, so they've given us this chair, which is pretty comfortable. Looks comfortable anyway.
Yeah.
How long we'll be here, we don't know. We've not been given any rough estimate of any time.
Early on, Ammon was advised that triplet pregnancies were complicated.
They said it's really risky to keep all 3. So they said it's your choice. If you want reduction, we can reduce it to 2 or 1, so according to your body. But I just wanted to keep all of them. So I thought I'm gonna I believe in God, so I said what meant to be gonna happen. So I'm gonna keep all of them. And I did, and then hopefully they come out right and they're okay. That's the main thing for me.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you? We're just waiting for the paediatricians to say we're okay. We should be. We're kind of feeling fairly positive. You can put your gown on, actually. That sounds positive. Yeah. Babies are moving okay.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. I can't wait to see you. This is so exciting. We've got 3 back in a bit.
Oh, you want them afterwards?
Yeah, just bring 3 for me, Pete, when we're going into theatre, okay?
She's been there all the way through, though. From the beginning till the end. Now, even today, she goes, I'm so excited. When she found out that I'm having C-section today, she goes, oh, do you know, man, I'm in as well. I'm so excited. It's nice. Somebody so caring. How you feeling?
I don't know. That's been a couple of hours. We'll be parents of 3. With a bit of luck.
At the moment, I think I don't know what to think or what to do, because I think I'm getting nervous now.
All triplet pregnancies are delivered early at 34 weeks. It's a high-risk delivery that requires careful planning.
Because these are triplets and because they're preterm, we are hoping that they'll be good babies, but you never can be 100% sure. They may have slight little problems, and until they actually come out, we won't know for sure. We won't know the exact size, and we won't know how well they are. We wanted nice and controlled delivery, so we obviously wanted to plan the day she was going to have her section rather than come in as an emergency. Went to the neonatal unit to be prepared. Daytime is always better, there's a lot more staff around. So we've got a full complement of paediatricians, neonatal staff, obstetricians, and obviously the midwives here.
Is the shift leader there, please? Thank you.
Pam Canning is one of the senior midwives in charge of the delivery suite. When a delivery becomes an emergency, everything is put on hold.
To shift leader, you don't know where you're going to be pulled to next.
This lady wants to push. She's 27 weeks. Where's she going?
How many weeks?
27 weeks.
Room 60. That's the frustrating part of my job because I feel like sometimes I can't always get too engrossed. Sorry to interrupt you. We've just had a 27-week come down from the antenatal ward. Urges to push. I think it's a second baby. I can't remember what the parent, but I'm just going to ring the neonatal unit.
Which room?
She's Shram's in here, the midwife's in there. Where I'm able, I do like to support my midwives, at this crucial moment of delivery. And it's always helpful for the ladies to have another pair of hands there helping and to encourage them with the pushing. Carry on.
Within an hour, Pam has had another call for help.
Keep going! Keep going, keep going, keep going!
Come on. Chin down, chin down.
22-year-old Jade and her partner Luke are having their first baby.
That's it. Come on, keep going, keep going. Keep it going. And again, come on. Keep it going. Fantastic. Go on, keep it going. Go on, Jade, you're doing so well. That's your baby's hair.
I wish you had a mirror, not a mirror.
I don't think there is one in here. Jade, with the next few pushes, that baby's head's going to advance a little bit further. I want you to really listen to what I'm telling you, okay?
The midwives have concerns that the baby has opened its bowels, a sign that the baby could be in distress.
That's it. Slow push, slow pushes. Next contraction, we should have a baby.
You need to push.
Go on, push down
Big
then.
push then, big extended push.
Come on, push down.
Look,
Fantastic.
Push
Go
the
on,
baby
Jade.
down.
Keep
Look at
going.
the baby. Push
Keep
down.
going.
Look,
Well done.
baby.
Come on, he's here.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Big one as well.
Congratulations.
a little bit stunned there, isn't it? Should we just put...
He's a bit. No, that's all right.
Just going to take baby to the
Because of all
paediatrician.
this poo, baby's had that bowels open, I'm going to take him over to the paediatrician, all right? And he's giving me a little cry. So he's quite floppy, isn't he? That's it. Come on, little man.
Jade's baby isn't breathing properly.
Come on, little man.
The doctor must work quickly to clear his airway.
Some cool gases, yeah. Starting to cry a bit itself now. Yeah. Inside your heart's really racing 10 to the dozen. Come on. Those seconds sometimes seem like minutes until you hear that baby first gasp, that first breath. Put him by your skin and it often helps them with their breathing. There you go. It's trying to have a little cry now, isn't it? But I thought Jade handled her delivery absolutely fantastically. She's, for the first time, Mum, she did absolutely brilliantly. She actually made it look very easy, didn't she?
You're going to meet Daddy? I'm going to meet Daddy.
You can put him by your skin if you want him right next to your skin. Yeah.
How you doing? Right. Do you want the good news?
Yes.
Or the good news? We're doing it?
After a 3-hour wait, Ammon and husband Pete are taken to theatre.
See you all set up for 3?
And I always shake like a leaf. What's the scary thing?
Shaking.
You're doing well. All right, mine now.
Drop them shoulders, right? That's the good girl. Drop that hand. Good girl. It's okay, it's okay. A good girl, man. Try to stay nice and still. Well done, sweetheart. Well done, fantastic. It's just kicked me. We've got everything ready. We're all completely ready. Yeah, all systems go.
A team of 16 staff are needed in theatre to deliver the triplets, twice as many as they need for a single birth.
It's like a religious type. Yeah, good bunny.
Good bunny.
That's it. It's a good bunny.
God's blessing in prayers.
Okay, checking your block.
Baby's out.
Not yet.
No, not even started. And that's it. Nieces will guide you through everything, okay?
What does that look like?
I know. See, I like my babies. Had her from 20 weeks. Thank you. Lovely. Nice. Here, pick it up.
Lots of pressure now, okay? Lots of pressure. The first one is coming out.
Number 1. And it's 11:34. 34 is number 1. Oh, no. Nice size. Looks nice. Crying. Yeah. Lots of hair. And loads of hair.
Delay part for that, so we can do this. First,
Second one's coming. Oh, hello, baby. And 35 is the second one.
Will you take the first one away?
yeah, we have delayed. The first one is out, second one is out.
That one, that's your one. Twin one's gone to Sarah. Can you take, and I'll take the cot. Very noisy. Come on then.
Okay, here's 2.
Thank you. I've got number 2. It's a very noisy one.
He's going to give you the trouble. Don't worry. Up us.
The third one is making another bump. Congratulations, all
Thank you
3 are.
very much. She was hiding them well. I'll tell you that God that says she listened to in her ears. Got something to do with it, you know.
Actually, if they want the second.
First and third definitely boys. Second I think they
They are all boys. If you say it's a girl, I will be all the moon.
Thank you. Here goes number 1. How you doing? Number 1. Give your kids to mummy.
Are they all fine?
We're just sorting out number 3 now, because obviously that was the last one left inside. So.
Inside, okay. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Quick one up.
And number 1's over there and having a cuddle. Okay.
There's a problem with the third baby boy.
He's not happy, is he? Bit gruntier than the other 2. Yeah. Just waiting for number 3. Just having a little bit of oxygen, a little bit of CPAP, ventilation. Came out breech, was the last one coming out, so he's probably like not very happy with being born. So when he's okay, we'll take him to mum, but they'll all go to special care. I think they're all needing a little bit of oxygen at this point. They're going to pop a little tube down to give him extra oxygen continuously, so
Yeah.
he has a little bit extra help, so that he's not doing all the breathing himself, because it's a little bit of a struggle for him. He's okay, but he's obviously, you know, having to make more of an effort than the other two. They'll all go to special care. Yeah, all go to special care.
But he's been trying to cry, he's just finding it quite hard. So we're going to get him set up first and it's all fine.
Afterwards, yeah, brilliant. Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
See you in a little
guys.
while.
See you later. Thank you.
Hiya, baby.
Number three.
She's on her way. She's going to follow you around to the unit,
Lovely.
okay?
Okay.
And I've got the other two. It's fine. We were just trying to hope that they wouldn't all go to special care, but unfortunately they have. But they're going to be in the safest place, and hopefully, especially for the first two, it might be very short term when they may not need much oxygen, or may not need any soon. But you can see why it's important that it was a controlled environment with everybody ready to accept them, because you never can tell.
Ammon will have to recover from her operation before she can be reunited with her babies. Many high-risk mums are admitted as inpatients when complications arise. 30-year-old Audrey has had a bed on the unit for 2 days and is being induced.
It might be slightly uncomfortable, but it shouldn't hurt you. You're doing fine.
It's her second baby, but her partner Donwell's first.
I'm 37 weeks, and they're saying that he's small. So they want to induce me, start me off so that I can have him before time. I would prefer to make it happen naturally. Fair enough, keep an eye on me and stuff, yes, but to make it happen naturally would be nice.
9 years ago, Audrey had an emergency C-section to deliver her daughter.
Basically, me and my daughter nearly died. I think because of that situation, I would do everything in my power to try and avoid it. To be quite truthful. I really don't want history to repeat itself.
The midwives have serious concerns about allowing Audrey's pregnancy to continue.
She had a scan just after 27 weeks which showed baby was on the 50th centile, and then she had another scan just before 35 weeks which showed that baby's growth had tailed off slightly, and then at 37 weeks she had another scan which showed that the baby was growing less than what we'd predicted. That's a trigger to us that the baby is growing small and that there might be a problem in utero. When babies stop growing, really we're concerned that the placenta isn't working as effectively and baby isn't being oxygenated as well, and that can cause problems for baby's growth and development, and ultimately it can result in stillbirth.
It can take up to 72 hours for the induction of labour to work. If it fails, Audrey will be offered a C-section.
To me, the longer I stay in hospital, the closer it's getting to the big C, caesarean. And if I do have it, it's like I'm being robbed. I wanna experience that. I wanna experience that.
Because we've started a process of trying to start the labour, and once we've intervened, it's not advisable for them to go home, really. It's a matter of safety. We need to monitor the baby closely, and if there's any maternal conditions that need monitoring as well, we need to make sure we can do those.
But after 3 days of waiting, Audrey's labour still hasn't started.
Hello? Yes, darling. I'm discharging myself. Yes. In a bit. They've asked me to stay because the baby's small. That's all the singing on is that the baby's small. And I don't understand. I'd be the first to know something was wrong with my child. I'm the one that's carrying it. If I don't feel a movement, I'll be the first one on the phone. Listen, I haven't felt my baby for today. You know, something's up. I don't want a cesarean section. want to try for a natural birth. So I am discharging myself.
Really?
Shame I got to hold my back here.
Have you seen where she's gone?
Audrey?
Yeah.
I think she's discharging herself.
Right.
It feels awful. I don't know what now is going to happen to that lady, and that is worrying because I don't know, will she see sense, will she come back? I just wish she'd said something to me, I wish she'd said, I'm unhappy, you know, can you help me? My fears for that baby and that mum, you know, that if they don't get medical help, what could happen to them? And I dread to think what that could be.
Hello, Ward 4 midwife speaking.
At the Women's Hospital, over 2,000 women have their babies by C-section each year. Midwife Sam has been assigned to look after the women on today's C-section list.
Some people don't realise how much we take normal pregnancy for granted, because there are lots of conditions. Sometimes when you think that someone's having an elective section, you just think it's because they just want it, you know, but we don't really think about the reasons behind it. You know, if they've got complex things going on in their pregnancies, then it can be a safer option.
Up to 8 women a day can be booked in for a C-section, and each will need a bed in the hospital for at least 2 days to recover.
Monday through to Friday, you fill up with your sections, but as the week goes on, you're discharging them. To come by the weekend, you emptied some more space, some more beds, ready to start the process again next week. So it is Thursday, so we are towards the end of the week, so it is just going to be busier.
His first mum is 40-year-old Selma, who's having her 3rd C-section.
Try and push your hands, try and use your hands to push yourself down, because we can't pull you.
No, it's okay.
There you go. She'll be quite a complex caesarean today, just because there's a high risk of bleeding afterwards, a high risk of hemorrhage. There's already been a scar to that uterus and having to reopen it. So here's a little girl we're having, isn't it? No, midwife. Got to keep it interesting, haven't you? Got to have a bit of excitement. These are the stories you can tell her when she's older. Perfect.
There are 169 male midwives in the UK, and at only 21 years old, Sam is the youngest.
You either get people that don't believe you, so you're having to try and prove it, or there is that thing that, oh, you're a male midwife and you look really, really young. You look about 12 and you don't look old enough to do it, because I think quite a lot of people's perceptions of a midwife is like someone that's a bit older and matronly. 21, she's lovely and happy. Made a very good home for her. Deep breaths, it will be fine, I promise you. Myself, and other midwives, you can do things to make the occasion special, trying to build a relationship with someone and getting to know them and finding out about their history and why they're having a section, and it's things like that that stay with people. So pop down there now, because baby will be born any second. Yeah, is that okay? Wonderful, so I'll see you shortly. Baby. Oh, hello there, little one. Perfect. Let's get you all nice and dry. Let's take her over to see Mum. Congratulations. She's beautiful. Should I tell you how much she weighs? We're going to find out for you.
Hey, baby.
Today, we was told there was only 3 people on the list, on the section list, but there's actually another lady on the antenatal ward at this moment who is going to be having a section as well this afternoon, so actually there's 4 ladies on the list, so a typical busy list, really. Hello, Greg, can I have a bed for the 3rd section down, please? Come on, help me out. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Perfect. They're going to send it down.
This one. Okay.
With limited beds on the unit and no guarantee of when babies will arrive, it's a constant juggling act for the midwives to keep the department moving.
Hi, could I bring I1 up, please? You are kidding me. You are kidding me. We have a lady on the table in theatre waiting to come out.
Basically, at the moment, there is a bed block going on where there isn't any actual physical beds for these ladies to go on to after they've had their babies. And at the moment, there's just no beds, so we're trying to work out what to do, really.
But this has been like 15 minutes now. Greg, she's not moved into the...
They need to move it now.
Hang on, here's Greg.
Hello.
Right, okay, Tony, can we put her anywhere else because we need that bed? She needs to go somewhere. Okay, so Ruth's going to bring a lady up then in 5 minutes, alright? She needs to go somewhere. Alright, thanks, bye. All right.
Did you say you've got a bed on Ward 3, room C?
Yes.
Can Cassandra have that? Her baby's on the unit?
Yeah.
And she was next in line anyway?
Yeah, do it, yeah.
Right, fine.
I've known it be bad before, but not as bad as this. I've never known it be such a complete bed block that they're thinking about cancelling the rest of the electives for the day, or there's problems actually with getting a bed. So I think this is a very rare situation. There's always a situation where there's maybe not enough beds for everybody, but we always work a way out of it and be able to get people home and get people their beds and stuff, but I've never known it be like this before.
She's gone, so that room's dirty. And all the inductions that you had booked for today have all come in. Fabulous, that's brilliant, yeah. I'm sorry we couldn't get any more around this afternoon, but with the bed blockage and that, it's just been impossible, really.
No, I've explained
there are 4 postnatal beds between the 2 floors, left for the rest of the night. So again, by morning, I think we're going to be in the same scenario as we were today, having another bed block.
I'm not here tomorrow.
Neither am I. I'm up for a week and I can't wait.
Okay. Watch your fingers, sweetheart. You keep your hands in and we'll do the...
Ammon and Pete are going to the neonatal unit to meet their triplets for the first time.
They've all fallen in love with your babies.
He's doing very well.
Is this number 3?
This is triplet 3, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
this is the poorly one.
He's doing very nicely.
Yeah.
So very pleased with him.
If I got number 2.
Hello.
Yes, hello to your mummy.
His hands are matching with mine. They are.
One, we're going to go straight to another one now, then another one. It still doesn't feel real yet. Until they all come home together, they're piled up, whichever way you look at it, stacked up. Yeah, it's going to be a mad one, that is. Mad.
I'm actually very, very happy because at one point he said, I don't think it's a good idea if you keep 3 because you're risking the other 2 as well. But then, I don't know, the people say mother instinct. I was like, no, I know it's going to be okay. I'm not going to go for a reduction. And I'm glad I didn't. So today, seeing them, it's amazing. It's, I think, the best feeling in the world.
He's your number one baby.
It's been 2 days since second-time mum Audrey walked out of her induction.
After 2 days of trying to get in touch with Audrey, the community midwife has managed to find her this morning and actually get into the house, get access into the house, and then persuade her to come up to the hospital for a CTG. It's a massive relief because as that midwife, you can't really leave your job at home. You're constantly worrying the next shift that you come in of. Are you going to hear some story that, you know, the baby or the mum isn't well and something happened to them? Because obviously we don't induce women for no reason. So for her to come back and to know that the baby's okay and that mum's okay is a massive relief.
Wasn't that much persuaded because I do want to hear his heartbeat and to make sure that he's all right. But it's just that I don't want to stay. My baby is not ready. I'm only 37 weeks. He's not ready.
So she's induction for suspected IUGR.
With Audrey reluctant to start the induction process again, it's down to consultant Mr. Alex Pirrie to come up with a new plan of care for her and her baby.
Oh.
Audrey, is it?
Yes.
Hello there, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, I've been hearing all about you. Tell me what's...
Basically, this is that my baby's small. It's just like he's dropping off the chart.
Yeah.
Yes, he's small, but he seems perfectly fine in there.
Is he moving about lots?
Constantly.
Good.
So I don't see what the fuss is.
What people worry about is if the placenta's not feeding the baby can stop growing and can die in the womb. Okay, the risk of stillbirth. Sometimes the baby's not getting enough sugar and oxygen from the placenta, and that can cause brain damage in the baby. Every mum has a risk of stillbirth, that's part of pregnancy. Your risks are a wee bit higher than most. Option one is to say, I accept those risks, but I'm going to trust my body because this baby's moving about okay. Option two is to say, if there's a higher risk of stillbirth or brain damage, I'm either going to go ahead with the induction process or I'll have a caesarean section.
My body's like not ready, and to me, he's not ready, even though there is a risk.
Sure. Let's go for daily monitoring, then that's an option.
Yes, please.
Yep.
Daily monitoring.
That's fine.
Everybody's different. Everybody is different, but I needed to know because that's what happened with my last pregnancy. They didn't tell me nothing, and I think that's why I'm so wary. That C word is the trigger point for me. I'm ecstatic. The fact that I've got another option. I'm ecstatic. I really am. I could do cartwheels, but I don't think that's a good idea.
I think she's much happier now. We've given her options and she's been able to choose the best option for her. You can't make someone do what they don't want to do. But it is really frustrating when you just... I think sometimes they don't realise how serious things can be. And most of the time, everything turns out well, which is what we want. We don't want things to go wrong.
As a high-risk unit dealing with complicated pregnancies, Birmingham Women's Hospital helps deliver 150 sets of twins or triplets each year. Sarah is another mum having triplets. Her babies can't be delivered safely in a natural labour, so she's meeting her midwife Antoinette in preparation for an early C-section in 3 weeks' time.
How are you, my darling? All right. Just a little bit bigger to when I last seen you. How you feeling?
Oh, heavy, achy.
Nearly there, though, aren't we?
Yeah,
aren't we?
much to be expected, I suspect.
Just to the left here is our theatres. There are two. One is for emergencies, which will be obviously the one we use 24/7, and then the second theatre, which is exactly the same, is for our planned sections. So this is our theatre. So the first one will be emergency theatres, and you'll be in the bottom theatre down there. We meet them in clinic here and they're having twins or triplets. Definitely with the triplets, we say these babies are going to be born early, and they know that from a very early stage in the pregnancy. Because she is at that size now that she could go into labour, and we have said to her today, you know, if you have any signs of preterm labour, you know, you mustn't stay at home, you mustn't ignore it, you must come in quickly, because the risks are significantly higher. I'll tell you, there will be quite a few people in there.
Yes, I've already sort of been expecting that.
Yeah. So you'll expect your paediatricians, then there'll be, obviously, I'll be in there as your midwife, Dr. Singh, and there'll be another assistant with her, another obstetrician with her. You'll have your theatre scrub nurse and a runner, and then you'll have your anaesthetist and their assistant. So that's 11 already.
Yeah. Plus us.
Plus you. They're very important people. And it's really from the time they actually start making a incision in the skin. The babies are out within a few minutes.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And then all excitement happens. I mean, it's excitement there's one baby, but I mean, and 2, but 3, it's just, obviously, you'll be prepared for this for the rest of your life now. Every time you go out, anywhere you go.
If we ever go out.
If you ever go out. Oh, you will. I tell you, there is life after having triplets.
It's starting to feel quite real, yeah, and particularly the planning of it feels quite real. You know, before it was, well, it could happen at any time, it could be an emergency, so you don't get to thinking about what it's going to be like to actually go into theatre by not by yourself, but walk in effectively, yeah. I've had a couple of operations, but they've been general anaesthetics, so this will be the first time I've been awake inside an operating theatre. So, kind of nervous, kind of excited.
7 months into their pregnancy, Sarah and husband James are still getting used to the idea of 3 more babies.
That's the blobs. Yes, those are the heartbeats. We had an early scan at about 9-10 weeks, and they found a fetal heartbeat, and I could see the sonographer's eyes flickering between 2 different points on the screen, and I thought, she's looking at something else there as well. And then she said, oh, there's the second fetal heartbeat, congratulations, it's twins. And at that point I thought, okay, I can cope with twins. We wanted 3 kids, that's good. I know other people who've had twins and they've survived, it's fine. And then she had a good look round to see if she could see the source of the bleeding, and spotted the 3rd one and said, actually, don't know how to tell you this, but it's triplets. At which point I think I cried and laughed.
It's a huge shock, and I think as soon as you hear news like that, immediately you're thinking new house, new car, work-life balance, everything. It's not bad news, but it is life-changing news.
Once you found out you're having triplets, you're very quickly into a very medicalised process. There's risks to the babies. There's risks, obviously, of prematurity, because there's 3 of them sharing the space. In all likelihood, they will come early. It's just a question of how early, and the earlier they're born, the worse outcomes there are. It is a worrying time. You know, at the end of the day, these are our children, and even if they're not born yet, you still worry about them as a parent. We want the best for them. We want the best outcome. We can't guarantee it. The medical professionals we're dealing with can't guarantee it. We wouldn't expect them to. And although you don't like to assume that you're going to go home with 3 healthy babies, you hope for the best, even if you don't necessarily assume it.
Audrey has been monitored daily for the past 2 weeks.
Audrey? Are you here, sweetheart?
With her baby's growth still a concern, and only 2 days until her due date, she's agreed to be induced again.
You, Audrey? Hi, sweetheart. You okay? My name's Daisy. I'm one of the midwives. I've come to take you around to delivery suite to get things going.
Oh, President.
Yay! No need.
I'm ready.
If you get everything ready, we'll take you around to room 11 and we'll break your waters and get things going. Is that all right?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm happy. I'm very happy. At least I'll be able to try the natural methods, you understand? And that's the main thing. Oh, my son will be here. Before it was the waiting game. Now let the games begin.
I think when people are called round and there's a bed and a midwife suddenly available, I think some people feel like they won the lottery, like, yes, this is my chance, it's all going to be over. But of course it's still only the beginning, because they've still got a long way to go with having their waters broken, having the drip, and then, it could take hours and hours, sometimes a couple of days, but hopefully Audrey will be quick.
It's 2 a.m. on the night shift.
Look. Yeah. Hey, look at all three.
Sarah and husband James have arrived at triage, suspecting she's in labour 2 weeks before her planned C-section.
Girl, boy. Apparently.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
What time did your waters go again?
20 to 12.
20 to 12, and it was quite a clear gush.
Oh yeah, there was lots of it.
Yeah, good. No contraction at the moment, so there's no mad urgency to do anything at the minute, so just chill out, get nice monitorings of these 3 babies, and then we'll get one of the doctors to review you to see what their plan of action is going to be. All right, Sarah, I brought a lovely doctor with me.
Hello.
All right.
Have you one emergency talk?
No, it's fine. You've done well with that monitoring, haven't we?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of it.
Lovely trace.
Excellent. Provided you don't start contracting tonight, the best thing would be to leave well alone, I think, given that it is the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then reassess things in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Given that you're now 33 weeks, there is a possibility that we might think about delivering you later on today.
Okay, I'll try and get some rest then.
Yeah.
Last chance I'll get.
The plan now is, as she's no contractions, is that we're going to admit her to the antenatal ward. There's no imminent urgency to deliver these triplets, as there's no contractions, no signs of labour, other than her waters have gone. Ideally, we would like Sarah to go into labour any time after 9 o'clock tomorrow, because it's going to make it a much more safer environment. We're going to have a lot more staff on to deal with this intensive high-risk case, so we don't want to compromise care, and that care could be compromised if Sarah was to go into labour any time now, really, because we have skeleton staff on.
At 4 a.m, Sarah goes into premature labour. The team rush her into theatre for an emergency C-section. With limited time to deliver the triplets, she's been put under general anaesthetic.
It was extremely frightening for Sarah, the fact that she was rushed down. She'd gone from virtually not being in labour to, oh, my baby's going to be all right. It's all gone from being very controlled to very, very, very frightening.
Yeah. Hello. Congratulations.
All done, yeah?
Hello.
Yeah, better, isn't it?
She's absolutely gorgeous.
Hello, darling.
can't keep kicking mummy anymore.
It's absolutely wonderful. You do feel very, very privileged to be part of this experience for Sarah.
You're all right, Jen.
Yeah,
Glad
you were here then.
You will always be special.
All 3 babies will be monitored at the neonatal unit, while Sarah recovers from her operation. Hours after having her waters broken, Audrey still hasn't gone into active labour.
Her body does seem to be contracting, but at the moment progress does seem to be quite slow and she doesn't seem to be dilating. We do have to put a time limit on how long we let her womb contract for, with little progress or no progress. Knowing Audrey over the past few weeks, I think her biggest concern will be needing to have an emergency caesarean section. She's fought very hard to not have that. You remember I said babies' hearts were showing signs of having deceleration?
I'm not ready to get examined yet. Unless you want to strap me down to the bed.
I'm not strapping you down to the bed, but I'm just taking everything into consideration.
On your behalf, not my behalf.
No. If you look at that, and that's baby's heart rate.
Because I'm moving. I'm drinking ice water.
I am worried that maybe complications can arise. Maybe her uterus might rupture. And if that does happen, it is a life-threatening situation to both mum and baby.
At the start of the next shift, Sarah is assigned to Audrey.
We just have to go with the picture that we've got in front of us.
But I am the canvas.
Of course, which is what we take into... We do, I honestly do want to hear what you want to say, but I have to advise you at the same time, and you might not want to hear what I've got to say. Audrey, I really... Listen, we don't want to frighten you, but we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we're not telling you the risks and what we would suggest.
You want to put me on the slab and butcher me?
No, not at all.
So come at the hospital and get panic attacks. Because I'm frightened. No one come back here. My daughter, she was bad. She was bad. She was proper bad. God, we nearly dead.
Yeah, but we don't want to get to that point again.
Everything you guys have tried ain't worked. Simple. Everything.
I think she still thinks that we're not listening to her, which it's not that we're not listening to her, but I think she still feels very much not in control of the situation, which is really important to Audrey as it is to everyone. They still want that bit of control over her delivery. She had such a bad birth experience last time that she really didn't want it to happen again, and I think she just feels out of control again, and that it's going down the same route that it did last time.
It's too late now. My back's broken. It's too late. It's not like I can walk off the wall now. That's it. My baby's life is in your guys' hands.
No.
That's it now.
But I know it is like that, but...
No, it is.
Yes. But we're still not going to suddenly wheel you off to theatre without you consenting. We're not about to do that. But in any labour, there's always, as we've explained to her, there is a chance that her baby could die. We hope not, and it won't come to that, but there is that chance, which is why we have to act when we first see signs of the baby becoming distressed.
So I'm getting upset. I need to be unhooked.
Right, listen to me. I don't want to unhook you because I don't know what's going to happen to your baby when you're not on the monitor. So I'm saying to you, I need you to stay on the monitor so we can monitor your baby. If you're saying to me, you understand the risks.
I can't stay in here. I've got.
But do you understand that if you go outside and I take you off the monitor, I don't know what's going to happen to your baby?
I'm going in the garden. To the garden right there, right now. I'm going in there.
But 5 minutes is all it takes sometimes, Audrey. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to leave it with it on and then we go out the room? No. You want me to take you off it?
I don't want you to get into trouble.
I will be back in 5 minutes. I'll go and let them know. It's really anxious time. You want to be there to support the woman, but you're looking at a CTG and you're seeing that the baby's not happy, and so I'm hoping that maybe when she comes back she might be calmer and ready to make a decision.
Are you worried?
Yeah. I'm gonna come back on the monitor. Yeah. Are you cold? Do you feel cold?
Yes, I do, because I'm hungry.
That can sometimes be a sign that there's an infection.
With Audrey's temperature dangerously high and her baby in distress, there's no more time to wait.
I'm just trying to talk a little bit quickly because I'm really concerned about you and about your baby, okay? Your heart rate is up, it's going up.
Why do you think it's up?
It might be bleeding inside.
No, it's because everybody's at me.
What do you want then? Tell me what you want.
I want you guys to give me
You
a
can't-
chance.
Audrey, from our point of view, we've given you a chance. I know you don't feel like that, but we've given you, we're here 3 weeks later.
Right, Audrey, I don't want to wait, otherwise we might collapse and it will be really, really serious.
Audrey, you need to give us this decision.
Audrey finally makes the decision to undergo an emergency C-section.
It was probably about, an hour from when we wanted to deliver her to her actually going to theatre. The longest hour of my life, really. She did understand eventually that it was going to have to happen, and she just needed to come to terms with that and just put her trust back into us, really. So it was a real relief get her into theatre and to know that her baby would be okay and we'd make her well again as well. Just like real relief just to hear that baby cry and just know that hopefully it's going to be okay.
Still feels surreal because he's so laid back. He's so chilled. I've been saying all along that I could have gone full term. He could have gone full term. But I'm glad he's here. I'm glad. Yeah.
When you're in that situation, it is scary to think what could happen. And because you do have experience of things going wrong, you really just don't want that to happen again. I think this will stay with me for a very long time, probably forever, I would think.
I love her. Hasn't been easy between me and some of the midwives, but I do appreciate the help. I'm not the easiest patient to get along with. I can tell anybody that, but I appreciate the ones that have done that and did mean it from their heart.
Well done, take care.
4 hours after her emergency caesarean, Sarah has recovered enough to meet her triplets.
What a little tongue you've got. It's amazing. So tiny. It's so vulnerable. It's just so new to suddenly have tiny little babies. Spend so long just being pregnant, and then it's so hard to imagine what it's going to be like, and here it is. But it still takes a bit of getting used to. So different from that. Plenty of time for growing. In the end, it doesn't matter how we get there, as long as we get there. Here we are.
It's good to see Sarah back with them. So,
What lovely long fingers.
they're gorgeous. But I'm biased. And I'm very proud of my wife.
It's not a job, really. It's an absolute passion. You know, I mean, what a privileged position we're in. You know, to be there for the birth of a baby is just lovely. And people will always remember that. It's such an event in anybody's life, and they're quite nervous and that. I mean, what a privilege we have to be there with them, giving them support, advice, guidance, and being there, hopefully, to see the newborn baby. I love babies anyway, so it's perfect for me.
Get down this cupboard.